Hey guys, welcome back to the Butterfly Effect podcast. Today I will be shooting a solo video because Jack is on holiday and I'm just doing nothing with my weekend. I thought I might as well record. So today I'm going to give you 10 choices I regret making in choice-based games. I just want to say for the record, I've got some TellTale games, I've got a Life is Strange game in there, and it's going to mainly be supermassive games. I was tempted to put Quantic Dreams in the mix, but I was thinking back to Fahrenheit, Heavy Rain, Detroit Become Human, and honestly, I can wholeheartedly say I don't think I regret any choices I make. So without further ado, you'll just get the games you're given, and this is my list. So we're going to start off with Telltale's The Walking Dead. Now, this is a pretty big one. Now, honestly, my biggest regret of the game, because I do have a few, such as keeping Lily on the RV, but I'm going to have to go with the fact that back when I was 16, when I first played this game, little Liam was too scared to pull the trigger on Lee, and I actually let him become a walker. Now, this is a choice that I always change, now that I've grown up, and, I think it's the poetic ending, shooting his face, basically putting an end to him, stopping him from becoming a walker. But yeah, original Liam playthrough. I let that son of a bitch become a zombie. Number 2, we're going to go for Life is Strange this time. Now, when I first played the game, it's actually the ending choice. I actually decided to save Chloe over Arcadia Bay. When I first played it, I guess walking through that museum of Chloe really kind of convinced me, and I just had not put an end to her. But I don't know, I guess I grew up a little bit and I kind of did some thinking, because I was 18 when I first played it, but now I'm 27, I look back at it, and the first choice that I mentioned, it's just a poetic ending. It's one life versus thousands, probably. And yeah, the universe was clearly trying to kill her. I think, the universe wanted her dead, and it just seemed like the right ending. So whenever I play the game now, I save Arcadia Bay. Number 3, we're going to go for Until Dawn. Now, when I first played it, I had 6 out of 8. I killed Chris and Emily. And yeah, of course I regret the choices. As Chris, I tried to shoot Ashley and then she betrayed me. But I'm going to go with the other one. I shot Emily. I guess this was back in the day where I didn't really, clock on to the fact that you could go for a perfect playthrough. So shooting a teammate just seems nonsensical. However, I don't know why I shot Emily. I think I just tried to protect the wider group, and I saw, some of my favorites in the room, like Sam and Ashley. I was like, oh, I can't let them die, so I just put a bullet in her head. It was nothing to do with me hating Emily. It was kind of like a survival choice. And yeah, no, I massively regret this, so much so that, in the future when I play games like The Quarry, I just chose not to shoot Nick as a werewolf, because I was like, no, I'm not shooting my own people. So I always seem to get shooting choices wrong in these games. Number 4, we're going to mix it up a bit with another Telltale game, Game of Thrones. Now, I actually have gone with the fact that when I played as Mira, I was actually really rude to the fucking Coalboy. And it's kind of funny because, he's just constantly trying to help you. His name's Tom, that's the one. And I remember, this one occasion where, a guard's bullying him or something, and then he, starts trying to drown him in this barrel, and I ran. I don't know why, I just assumed he was an inside person. I just chose not to trust him. And it turns out he was just a nice kid, and he didn't have a, mean bone in his body. So yeah, and the worst thing to top it is that, when you kind of compete with Sarah at the end, Tom got executed. He put his life on the line for me, and then he straight up died. And this might not be the worst choice, because I have seen playthroughs where people get Mira killed. So, better him than me, but still, I should have just been a bit nicer to him, to be honest. Number 5, we're going to go for The Quarry. Now, this isn't a choice I really regret, so it's a bit of a weak one to put in the video, but I only really killed one character, that being Abby, but I do stick by my choice that I would never really shoot Nick, because he wasn't a wolf yet, and I wasn't aware I had silver bullets, so 99 times out of 100, I'm not shooting Nick there, so I can't really say I regret that. One thing I do regret is the fact that, other than Nick, yeah, I didn't really infect anyone. It's a shame, really, because the game, in my eyes, is actually quite bland if you don't infect anyone. I had quite a plain Jane sail through where Emma, Jacob, Abby, they were all just fine, so I didn't really have any of that cool infection stuff, which can make the game really interesting, where you get all the cool endings where one character might turn on another. I feel like you have to get infections to really spice up the game, and I just had quite a bland playthrough because of this. Now we're going to go into DPA category now. I'll kick off with Man of Madan. I had a perfect playthrough where everyone survived, but I guess I had quite a sad ending in the fact that I left 4 people with the distributor cap, and then Conrad, who escaped early, went back on the ship, you know, so he had quite a bittersweet ending where he was alive, but it was kind of like an undetermined fate. Now, I guess I regret letting Conrad escape as early as he did, because this meant that ultimately I missed out on a lot of great scenes, such as the sailor scene, which to this day, like, I've only played once, actually. But it would have been nice to have seen that in my blind playthrough. So, yeah, biggest regret for Man and Madan is letting Conrad escape as early as he did. Little Hope is an odd one for me, because technically I played it co-op, and I had 2 out of 5 characters survive in Little Hope. Fact of the matter is that the person I was playing with pretty much got everyone killed. So it wasn't really my choice, but yeah, I guess shooting Angela was a big one. They were trigger happy. Angela shot. I knew it wasn't them, but I couldn't stop it. So yeah, Angela left my game fairly early, and it would have been nice to have seen what she did by the end. House of Ashes is an odd one. I had 5 out of 5 characters alive, so I don't really regret any of my choices. It was quite a solid one where I got everyone alive. It was all happy, but it's a fairly weak one. But I guess I'm going to have to go with the fact that I was unable to, like, save Merwin. He died quite at the start when I was trying to heal him and apply pressure to his wounds and stuff. So I know he doesn't, you know, survive at the end anyway, but it would have been nice to have seen the radio scene. Number 9, we are going for The Devil in Me. Now, it's quite a tough one. Like, I don't know, this probably doesn't merit being in the video. But yeah, like, I had Mark and Jamie survive. Erin died. I don't really regret my choice. It was a wholehearted, honest decision where I thought her inhaler would save her in that room, so she died there. As for Kate, well, yeah, I pushed the button. I wasn't really aware. That premonition completely threw me off. Seeing Jamie get crushed, I didn't realize it could happen to Kate as well. So I just honestly have to go with the fact that I suck at heartbeat sequences. It killed my all-time favorite character, Charlie, where he was in the freezer. So yeah, and like I probably got 1 heartbeat sequence in this game right that I really have to buck up if I'm going to play Directive 8020, because a lot of characters will die at this rate. For TellTale The Expanse, I'm going to go with the fact that I spent $35 on it. And that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Just a nice little quick one where I just, you know, spoke about some of the choices that I regret making. That if I was to play the games now, I would choose them differently, or I'd hope that I'd, you know, get better at it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you in the next one.